Our friends at Blackbox STL on Colts 3D have a new model kit. It's of a hot rod 5-window coupe. It's pretty neat design. It's $19 for the file set, and I'll walk you through the whole printing process, start to finish. Let's get started. Okay, so I have CHITUBOX open. I'm gonna open Finder, and these are the files for all of the parts in the kit. So there's quite a few parts, but today we're just gonna do body, the grill. So on the plate here we have the body, which I'm gonna rotate, double click on it, and then you rotate it this way. Then I'm going to rotate it again to 35 degrees on its side. I know this is different than I've done before, but trust me on this one. Then I'm going to lift it 12 degrees. Okay? So if you look at it, it's on its side now. And the grill here, let's zoom in on it. The grill is open, so we're going to support it from the back. About there. Okay. So we'll select both pieces. We'll go over to auto support. And I'm going to modify this a little bit. I like light supports, which are 0.3. So a middle support is 0.4 large at the tip. I'm going to reduce that down to 0.2. So I want a smaller tip right here. And I'm going to go into advanced settings. And the contact depth, I'm going to change to 0.2. I don't want it to see here in this picture. It's only going to go into the model 0.2. The middle, the diameter of the support itself is 1.2. I'm going to go down to 1.0. All right, so now I have these all set up. I'm going to go to auto support, and it's going to add all of the supports to our parts here. And let's take a look at these real fast. All right, what we don't want is anything touching the body itself. So I'm going to clear this one. And I don't want this one here either. Not crazy about this one. See, this is all just going through the window, no problems. These are just going on the bottom of the body, no problems. It's going through the window, no problem. I'm going to turn just the tips. See how these ones on this body line? I don't like that either. Just take those right off. I'm sure there's a way you can select all. Let's try that. Yeah. I'm holding down the shift key and we'll clear all of those. Okay. This I'm not so worried about. These ones at the bottom of this ledge, except for maybe this one. This will be hidden, and this will be hidden as well. I don't like these either. Forgive me. And Okay. So all the supports are now all off the body, per se. They're all going to be hidden. Put it back on full. All right, so now that this is all set up, let's add a few more pieces. Let's see, how about mirrors? We can add the mirrors. I like to try and keep pieces together. It just makes sense to me. Let's see, what else can we throw in here? Rear floor too. See if that's not too big. Rear hatch. That ought to be good. Rear plate. All right, let's rotate this. Let's go up to 35 again. And we'll go 12. Just laying that one back and to the side a little bit. All right, so we'll select them all except for body and grill. And we'll support all these pieces too. All right, looks like we're pretty well supported on the back of the interior tub here. All this will be clean. These supports back here, I'm not so worried about it. And the floor, I'm not so worried about that either. Okay, our grill shell looks pretty well supported. Trunk lid looks pretty well supported. License plate frame, no problems. And mirrors look like they have 2 supports on them. All right, and now everything's supported. Let's go back here and rearrange these for the best sort of print. Get them all on the plate. Like I said, I want the body somewhere in the middle. Kind of push everything towards the center if I can. And there's our print. I could probably throw lots more little pieces on here, but this is really just to show you guys how to position things. So we'll highlight everything and check our slice settings. All right, so layer height, I'm gonna do it at 0.02. My exposure time for this printer is 1.85, and I did a calibration to figure that out. I highly recommend that you do the same. I have it set for 24. I'm actually gonna bump that down to 22 because it was a little hard to get off the plate last time. I do have a 1 second wait after retract. And print, advanced, and I have grayscale 4 for anti-aliasing. And we will slice it. It says it's off the platform. Where? Maybe this piece. All right, so we're gonna slice it. Okay, so it says that it's gonna take 5 hours and 33 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna network send it. Saturn 4 Ultra, and hit send. It's gonna save it via Wi-Fi down to the basement where the printer is, and we'll go down to the printer here in a minute after it sends it. Okay, so this is the new 16K Elegoo Saturn 4 Ultra. Changes for this unit. There's now hand grips here so that you can pick up this a lot easier than before with the Saturn 4. The vat tilts as it prints, and I'll show you that later, but it also has a heater underneath it. So there's a band underneath here that heats the resin up. Right now it's at 19 degrees and it's going to get up to 30 before it starts printing. So we'll go to print, local file, and this is our print file. See, it's doing its little testing now, and this is going to lower down, and it's going to mix the resin. It's going to go up and down, up and down. It's going to mix the resin for me, so I don't have to put a tool in there to mix up the resin, because it's going to do it for me. And it won't start printing until that hits 30 degrees. Let's see here. Heating the resin tank. Please wait. So it's at 20 degrees right now, and when it hits 30 degrees, then it will stop. But until then, it's going to mix up the resin just by going up and down. So remember I said that I calibrated my resin? This was my resin test, and this is the box inside of a box test. So there's 3 little boxes, a small one, a medium, and a large one. And you take the small one and you put it in the medium, and then the medium into the large. So this is at 1.4 seconds, and it won't fit in the box. 1.5, I couldn't get the medium into the large. 1.6, same thing. 1.7, it's a really tight fit. 1.8 was a good fit. 1.9 was a really good fit too. So I took the difference between the two, 1.85. 2.0 was a tight fit, and 2.1, I can't get it in there. So this is my magic area right here. Looking at this, I got all of my lines to print. It's nice and crisp. So 1.8 to 1.9 is 1.9 is actually better. So 1.85 is where 1.85 is where I'm at. And this is what it looks like when it's printing. See, the vat drops down and prints a layer, drops it down. I know it's not exciting, but it's actually kind of cool. Okay, the print is finished. It is hanging. Let me get some gloves on and we'll take care of this. Okay, just like I said, there's handles now. I like to hold it to the side and let any remaining resin drip off. Just a few little drips here. And then transfer it to the silicone mat. Okay, now with the phone on a stand, to gently scrape the parts off. Remember I changed it to 22? Still maybe a little too long. It's hard. That's not what I wanted to happen. Next, we're going to throw these in the wash. Just water with a little bit of LA Awesome. Yeah, degreaser. Turn it on. Put the lid on. wash, and we'll give it a good 10-minute wash. Okay, the parts are clean, and I ran some hot water in this tub, and I'm letting them soak for a little bit. These are going to come off the supports really, really easy. Okay, so with a twisting motion, gently, don't rip them off. Just back and forth gently. They come right off. Looks good. And the final step is to cure them under UV light. All right, now that one's done, this is round 2. I put on the chassis, the engine, and some suspension pieces. And this is the final batch. We have wheels, tires, seats, gas tank, and brakes. And here is our whole kit, printed, cleaned, and cured. Starting with the body, the Elegoo 16K at 0.02. I don't see any print lines anywhere. Beautiful. And I think the 8K resin really brings this out too. You can see in the light, there's no print lines, no Z shifts. It's just perfect. Inside, we have a door panel is molded to the inside of the body. The trunk is open. Here's our trunk lid. Interior tub. You can even see like rivet detail. Our bucket seats have rivet detail in them as well. I mean, this looks, if this was painted in an aluminum, it would look like an aluminum seat. Slides right in place. Dashboard actually has gauges in there. Lots of little rivets and stuff. Steering wheel. Our pedals. With like a little gearbox in there. shifter. This is our gas tank. And this is a solid piece. Mounts to these two pins in the back here. We have our grill shell. And here's our grill. Just slides right into place. We have a nice fan, electric fan. Here's our chassis. Chassis has a molded in rear end. It's the brakes mount on these little squares, so they're inboard. There's half shafts that go out to the wheels from the brakes. Front suspension, the spindles are mounted to the A-arms, and your steering linkage is also molded in. There's a shock that goes in here, and then a shock that goes from this mount up to this mount. And those are like this. Transmission. Super fine detail in this transmission with starter motor. I'm gonna have to sand off some things. If I was to print this again, I would probably put the supports on the top. Save that. I'll come back to the engine. The wheels and tires are 3-piece. So there's a lip that goes on the back. And there's tiny rivets. I'm sorry, I had it backwards. The lip goes to the front, and there's tiny rivets there. Our wheel centers out from the back, and you get a nice deep dish wheel, nice deep dish three-part wheel. There's a center cap that goes in the rim. And the brakes go behind. Like I said, the back brakes, they have the parking brake on it, as well as the mount to go on the back of the diff here. All right, almost to the engine. We have our headlights, which I haven't printed the clear parts yet for that, nor the taillights. And the mirrors, which I left on the stands because they're pretty delicate. Engine time. So this is a 5-liter Ford motor, nicely detailed. We have a mount for transmission. Just like that. Oil pan. Oops, backwards. Oil pan. Intake. Intake has holes in the bottom and there's pegs. So just line it all up, press it together. Our heads. And then valve covers there's little indentations right there so that you know which side to put them on. They'll line up and they'll just snap right in place. Top of the engine, we've got a valley cover. Oops. Valley cover, and then the dress up stuff here. That looks legit right there, 5.0. Our exhaust headers, other side. Exhaust headers are keyed, so they only go one way, which is upside down. So they go out like this. It does have a set of pulleys that line up in 3 places for the front. And this side has a hole here for a little knob there. And then our little oil filter. Oh, I almost forgot it. Here's our brake booster. And this mounts right on the firewall there. I think like that. Just like that. So, sort of mocking it up real fast. Interior fits in the body, really easy. And then there's positive location for the chassis fit on here. And that's what you got right there. Got a nice motor mounts. Rear end is pretty prominent, sticking out of the back. This is a rear. So they stick out pretty wide. And then front. Let's get our front. Fronts stick out about here. So what do you guys think? I think that Blackbox knocked this one out of the park. I'm at a loss for words. So if you're interested in purchasing the Blackbox files, just go to Decals 3D and type in Blackbox and you'll find the files right there. I do plan to print a few of these for sale, maybe 5, but I really don't want to get into the printing business. There's also Andy Lessick on Facebook, and I'll leave a link in the description below. He's also going to print these files. If you want to get a set, you know, print them yourself or get them from me or Andy. The Elegoo Saturn 4 Ultra 16K, what an amazing printer with all the features of it. So now I have a 3 Ultra, a 4, and a 4 Ultra 16K. It's just so easy with the Wi-Fi, with the heating. This winter I won't have any problems with my prints because it'll just be heated for me. Resolution is beautiful. No marks at all on this print, and yeah, I don't think you can get any better. There will be a link below if you're interested in purchasing an Elegoo 16K or Ultra, and I greatly appreciate it. It is an Amazon link, so you know, I'll get a couple bucks on the back end, but it helps me as a channel to grow if you purchase from my sponsors. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye. You still here? Go ahead and order yourself a t-shirt, hit the subscribe button, and watch the next video. Thanks everyone. Bye.